Hello everybody and welcome to my winners and losers from Senior Bowl Day 1. We just went through practices and this video might be out the next morning, which would suck, but just trying to settle in here and trying to figure out really what to do and how to do it, because I'm a one-man show over here, so just trying to put it all together. But we'll start with our winners on offense. Roman Wilson probably stands out the most to everyone. He was flying here at day 1. No one could stick with him whatsoever in man coverage. A lot of guys just seemed to be a little behind the pace when it came to Roman Wilson. Guys that were covering him really had no chance anyway. So yeah, Roman Wilson really came out, made a statement in day number 1. We'll see if he can carry it throughout the week and the game. Roman Wilson is a good player and has been on people's radar, but he's really showing up as one of the guys here at the Senior Bowl, taking on not amazing competition, but one to watch is Roman Wilson if he gets paired up with Quintin Mitchell, which I don't know if they're actually on the same team. I'm pretty sure they are. I could be wrong with that as well. Another thing I have to dial in here as we adjust the Senior Bowl process. I have to get their official measurements from Senior Bowl measurements and also what side and team they're on. Ladd McConkey, the next guy, another receiver here that is a winner. He's an absolute technician. He is super smooth and shifty as a human being. I wrote on his film notes when I went over his film. A lot of it was he had that wiggle at the top of the routes. He had the ability to just create separation. Even if he has a misstep, he treats it like extra separation. There was a play actually in practice today, Senior Bowl, where he slipped almost, regained his balance, and kind of fed that way, and then just switched out the other, and it worked out. It was a simple out route, I think, and really just turned a mistake, or what could have been a mistake, into a I guess almost a false step that ended up helping him in the end create more separation. So McConkey's really good, and he looks a little bit like a level above the competition he's also going against. Tight end Theo Johnson out of Penn State. He got some work and showed up and showed he's got the tools along with his great movement skills and athleticism coming out of Penn State. Obviously, a lot of those guys are absolute freaks, and Theo Johnson, I think, did measure around that 6'5", 6'6" area, over 250 pounds. And did get a little bit of a workload in day 1, as much as a workload you can really get. He was probably the most active tight end, along with the next guy we'll talk about. So Theo Johnson, to me, he looks like he's got some of the poise here, and it looks like he's I guess fitting in early. I know I just said that we'd be talking about a tight end, but I forgot he was a loser, so wait to see that one. But running back Rasheed Ali stood out as a winner to me out of Marshall. Stood out really, really quickly. When he got the ball, he was quick to bounce it out and had the vision to kind of decipher the right spot. He was running right on one of the plays, and then he was about to take it up the inside or the middle. And obviously this is Senior Bowl practice. They're not going 100%, not full pads or anything like that. So there is still some okay, kind of back up. No, there's no maximum effort here. It did kind of show up that he was finding the open spaces, the open holes in the offensive line. He was hitting the right marks there. So Rasheed Ali, definitely one to watch as a smaller school guy. If he comes out here, has great game sense and shows he's capable and he's got the speed. We all know he's quite the freak anyways. He made the Bruce Feldman's freak list this year and showed really good strength, but I am kind of worried about his weight along with his height. He's a little slender. No one's surprised Tandre Sweat is going to show up here. Oregon State, no one beat him. He's way too big and strong. No one even could go through him, and he didn't really ever get moved. Tandre Sweat looked like an absolute unit out there, and pretty much took everyone and kept them at bay in the one-on-ones when he was out playing offensive tackle. Now there was that guard conversation comes in. He's got great arm or I guess the wingspan or whatever, so he's probably staying at tackle. I don't see a reality where he moves to guard right away, but if he struggles at tackle, that is an alternate place for Tandre Sweat, which I don't really see that happening. I think he's going to be a good football player that really, really enjoys what he does. You can tell he takes passion, pride in it, and loves mauling up the field, getting to the second level, and absolutely trucking some dudes. So we'll see what he offers as the week goes on. But day 1 was really impressive, and Tandre Sweat only I guess solidifying expectations, doing exactly what people might have, like the Talise Fuaga lovers out there are really happy with their takes right now. Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma, a guy that like floats on his feet or whatever. He did a good job on his first few reps. He only got beat once, and it was more of like a really well executed and well leveraged, like it was a good spin move. I think it was actually Nelson Caesar, if I'm not mistaken there, a guy that I kind of like. So just one to watch out for as well. Didn't make any of these lists here, but just a name to watch for as the week goes on. But yeah, did a good job, like really good job, very solid. He was good with the way he moved mostly, but what I was really surprised to see was his upper body strength to hold the guys at bay. He had some bull rushes against him, and then the finesse of the spin seemed to work against him. So guys will watch that film and be like, okay, Tyler Guyton, we're going to try to test you, and I'm curious to see how he does against the speed rush type, and we'll see how Tyler Guyton holds up over the week. Tackle Javon Foster out of Missouri showed such a great first day. I was really surprised. This is a player that I liked. I think he's kind of a riser this year. Wasn't looking at great draft pedigree heading in, and coming out, I think he made Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 list, which is insane. Javon Foster was a guy I really liked reading the draft profile of. Never really watched his film, and I haven't watched Cody Schrader yet, who is the Missouri running back. He's also attending the Senior Bowl, so I didn't ever really get to see Javon Foster on film. But from what I'm seeing right now, he's really good. He's got the grip strength of he's got really good grip strength. He doesn't let a guy out of his grasp, and he's got those really strong hands and keeps them in the right places and looks really solid really early. Now we'll see what if he struggles with anything coming up, and if not, this is a huge day or huge opportunity here for Javon Foster at the Senior Bowl. Now, hard for this guy not to stand out. It was Christian Jones out of Texas, a winner for me. Lots of reps on day one here, both at guard and tackle. He was getting quite a few there, but he held up great and had some really good plays playing at both guard and at tackle. Really opened some eyes, including mine. Didn't really have this guy on my radar, but he looks really good. Holds up well, lower body's well coordinated with the top. He does a good job stopping any momentum that the guy might be coming in at tackle. And when he's playing guard, he really doesn't get out leveraged or powered. So Christian Jones really opened my eyes here day one of the Senior Bowl. I'll be really intrigued with how his week moves on as well. I'm keeping tabs and good tabs on Christian Jones, the offensive tackle guard out of Texas. A day one loser on offense was Xavier Legette. As much as I love the wide receiver out of South Carolina, in the one-on-one drills, he did one thing and one thing only, and that is run like just vertical. He wanted to get downfield. He wanted to show he is an athlete at his tremendous size, or at his size, weighed in around about 220. So Legette, there's no question this guy's an athlete, and a good one at that. But he had a chance on one of the catches downfield because of a little push off from him, and probably would have been called in the league, and he ended up dropping that one. And other than that, it was a lot of nothing. Legette didn't even try one underneath route from what I saw. And I would like to see him kind of switch it up and work in different ways instead of just trying to go vertical every single opportunity he got in the one-on-one drills. Just not such a great first day for Xavier, and hopefully he settles in and starts to build himself up here as the Senior Bowl goes on. But day one wasn't so strong for him. Offensive loser number 2 of the day is Ben Sinnott. He actually showed some great wiggle, his good route running ability, and we already know he has a little bit more that the more traditional tight end, but he had like 1.5 drops on 2 targets. I say 1.5. He had 1 just straight up drop, like he has to finish that play, and 2, 1 just kind of goes out of his hands as he reaches up, and the DB's hand is there, but it looks like he should be able to pick over the hand and then take it over, but never really executed on that either. So I call it half a drop because the DB affected it a little bit, but still had an opportunity there as well. But he did show glimpses of route running there, but I just don't really like to see the unnatural ability like catching and whatnot, and that could just be a fluke. This could be a bad day for Sinnott and come out rebound, doesn't drop a ball for the rest of Senior Bowl, and that'll be one to keep tabs on as well, because I really like Ben Sinnott, probably my tight end 4 of the class right now if I had to guess where I put him after watching like the first few tight ends of the class. I got to still dive deeper in with some more guys at the depth of the class. Let's move to some defensive winners here. Defensive lineman Gabe Hall. I don't know if he was off the edge ever, but if he was, he definitely won. He's winning in all different ways on the one-on-ones. He stood out and had a really good day one, both in the team like scrimmage sort of deal that they had going on, along with the one-on-ones. He just made play after play. He was really noticeable, and the guys even kept pointing him out. Daniel Jeremiah seemed to really like Gabe Hall as well. So we're looking at a good player who just made so many plays on day one that you hope that carries as the week goes on, and if it continues, you're only looking at a riser here. Gabe Hall, another guy opening some eyes here. Day one of the Senior Bowl, maybe a little bit of a reaction, but I like the player. I like what he did, so I'm just going to call him a winner of the day because it's very much true. Defensive lineman Braden Fisk, he weighed in around 280, so he might have that like 3-tech flexibility along with just being like a defensive tackle and a more like 3-4, or I guess a 3-4 D end or whatever. Braden Fisk is someone out of Florida State that was a little bit of a late riser, and he looked really explosive and fast on some reps. There was only like 2 or 3 where it really showed out, and the other I can't even remember. They weren't too memorable, but the ones that he flashed on, it was so good. He may have had a false start in there as well, not on one of the good reps. So Fisk just wins really quickly when he wins, and made a big impression on me. That was super fun to watch, how he kind of just sliced in. He won so fast, it was unbelievable, and he didn't even just do it once, he did it twice, and then had a few other good showings, and just all the way around. So Braden Fisk, someone definitely to keep your eye on, as he looks like he's got that first step that looks really quick, and he just looks like one of those bendable guys on the interior that might be a little undersized, that still gets the job done and mixes good power and explosiveness and just, I guess, quickness in general. Another defensive lineman, another Missouri guy here, Darius Robinson. He played inside and out during the course of day one, showing glimpses and good. And overall, at both spots, he looked like he had it. So Darius Robinson becomes a very interesting story. Or did I call him David? Darius Robinson played great day one, and I can't really wait to see how he or where I guess the team puts him will probably be the more intriguing thing than how he plays in both inside and out. But if you're gonna slide the guy, and I think it's like a really healthy 285 pounds he carries along with him, he's got the power to like withstand the interior, but as a pass rusher from the edge, he's also not bad at all. So we're going to see Darius Robinson get used maybe multiple different ways before the team who's going to draft him or whatever. The scouts are really going to, where is he best? What would we have him do on our team? And that is Darius Robinson in full effect here in day one. Really good and showed a lot of glimpses. Quintin Mitchell, another winner of day one, the small school Toledo guy, actually came out, put up great production in the last 2 years. Something crazy. I think it was like 38 pass breakups in the last 2 years. And it showed 2 targets, 2 pass breakups. His first 2 targets going Quintin Mitchell's way, like the quarterbacks targeting Quintin. The first 2 targets he got while in coverage was just 2 pass breakups. He's there, really explosive lockdown. He might play further off, but has that good instinct to come down underneath, while also having the recovery speed to get over top. So Quintin is looking like the real deal. No real concern here for me, and I really can't wait to see if he stays at the Senior Bowl, or if he says, screw you guys, I have proved myself, I'm out of here. It will be one of those interesting ones. But yeah, Quintin Mitchell, he looked every bit of what I've heard in the day one here of the Senior Bowl. Chris Abrams-Drain, another Missouri kid, and he's playing like boundary, but a lot of people like him at the nickel or slot corner, so he's playing boundary corner right now. He won some and lost some, but mostly kept the tight coverage and only got like leveraged out of one play that he really didn't make. But yeah, he made a good play or two. Good pass breakups. He was nice and physical downfield without drawing any noticeable like hindering like the progression of the receiver or anything. So it didn't really look penalty worthy. So this is a smaller guy that plays really physically has a lot of energy behind him. He keeps to the tight coverage. He's always kind of there. But like I said, he won some and lost some, and a lot of it is due to his size. So he switches into the slot corner, and I think the less of that kind of stands out. But you still have that that sort of player in Chris Abrams drain who could really translate well to the next level. And I can't really I know I say it for most of these guys because I really can't wait to see how he finishes out the week. So Chris Abrams drain, keep an eye on him on the defense. Missouri kid, I can tell you right now, teams are going to like the way that he just showed up in day one as a smaller guy. One of the losers on defense day one of the Senior Bowl is Tandre Sweat. His teammate Byron actually, I think, just ditched the Senior Bowl. I don't know if it was due to injury or anything. I honestly couldn't tell you, but yeah, Tandre Sweat really didn't look great in the pass rush, and I didn't really expect him to, but he looked worse than I thought. He just got like I don't know, not shoved around or anything. I think stuffed and just struggled trying to use his hands a lot. Like, he needs to generate power and go through, guys, right? Like, you come down from your stance at 300 and what they said, I mean, he didn't even weigh in. Like, he refused to weigh in. So Daniel Jeremiah gets 370 plus, which I don't doubt it. I mean, he looks like a pretty hefty dude. So getting up out of your stance, you really want to get through the body. You don't want to be like swatting and trying to be a technician, or like just straight up trying to stiff arm a guy out of your way. I get it. It could work sometimes, especially at that college level, but you're playing against some better players on the interior offensive line here if you're Tandre, and you really just have to learn to use the powers, generate the power into the pads and your hands to push and really make the dent in the pocket at least, instead of just kind of sitting there getting stuffed and then really building nothing off that. So Tandre Sweat, hopefully he gets better as the week goes on. If not, he'll probably just not be in for a lot of third downs in the league, because he's probably just going to be looked at as like a run stopper and a one-dimensional type of player, which really really high ceiling overall for Tandre, obviously, no matter what, but that might just kind of limit his draft stock there. Latu Latu out of UCLA, the edge rusher, lost a few and only won one. And the week went on. I think he was against Tal Fuaga twice, and Talise threw him down on the first rep, which could be a comfortability thing. Like, if Latu's not too comfortable and he's like, okay, I don't know, like, I have never watched film on this guy or whatever, which, I mean, kind of whatever. Latu really couldn't do anything and got put on the ground once and then got absolutely shut down the next time around. And then he had a little one-on-one with Kingsley Suamatia where they go against each other back-to-back reps. Kingsley Suamatia actually won the first one, and then Latu came back, and it was kind of poorly anticipated by Suamatia because pretty much everyone knew he was going to try to get inside after losing outside all practice. And so he did. He got back inside, did a nice handover move, getting to the inside after going outside to initially start, switch backs up and gets past him. So that's I'd say 1 out of 4 is basically what we saw from Latu Latu against some of the better competition there, which kind of meh, and you kind of look at it, but once again, you can't really tell, over exaggerations here. But if we're going to have to pick losers for day one, I'm putting Latu Latu on that list, which, sorry Latu, I know this offends you so much. He's not even watching, I guarantee you. So no hard feelings, bub. Anyways, that'll be all from me. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go even like, go down, subscribe, go watch the past content on the channel, and a lot more Senior Bowl content coming your way. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. See you. Doses.